You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy volt your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. I'm coming in live from the Jeep office this morning.
Yes. So you're in Rhode Island. I was there last week.
Yes, I am visiting our friends at this coastal. We have two coastals in New England, but no, today I'm visiting our friends at 700. I'm in Warwick, and then I'm in Middletown. I was told I say Middletown incorrect. I always try to say Middleton, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
Middletown. Middletown.
Yeah. But is there a W in there?
I don't know.
I don't think that if there's no W, then it's Middleton.
Yeah, no, I've been corrected. Just
town.
like it's Kingstown, not Kingston. Like,
well, yeah, there's a Kingston. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, there is. There's a Kingston, New Hampshire.
Yeah,
I believe it's spelled the same. I don't know. I'm not here to battle out my accent today. It's
just so I taught in Andover yesterday, and I had my favorite peeps in the room, and I'm a Jersey Italian through and through, and we were talking daughter and water and all that other stuff, but who cares?
Who cares? There's a couple of things I say too that are fantastic. That doesn't matter where I am. The accent's gonna come out every now and then. They know we're from New England. Like, I'm from New England, that we know.
I'm through and through Jersey. Yeah. So
it makes sense. Yeah.
So we've been talking a lot in a lot of my trainings about not hitting goals. And what it comes down to is, do you need to reevaluate your future?
Well, and then I asked you, is the future you imagine big enough?
Yeah. My future that I imagined is ridiculous. And, I think it's so ridiculous that it'll be interesting how far I get to it before I die, and it'll be amazing.
Well, on that morbid note, friends, we're going to let you go.
So, so we're doing lots of exercises, right? Because if you don't control your mindset and you don't control your why and why you're doing what you're doing, you're never going to accomplish the goals, and you're always going to find an excuse.
And so much of that comes back to the simplest thing of what I do. Whereas I've always said this, I can teach you how to push the button, but if you don't know why you're pushing the button, you won't push the button. And it's so simple. It's so simple, but it's so hard sometimes. And I think some of our friends here get overwhelmed, and they're like, I just want to sell a house. But it's so much bigger than that. What we do is so much bigger than that. Like we said, we can show anybody how to write the contract, how to do the things. But if you don't have a big why tied behind it, or if you don't understand why you're doing something, you're not going to consistently do something to hit a goal.
Yeah. And, we're so fortunate because those that have gone through the KW systems and processes and training and mindset, like, you're just a different human than the rest of the world, because
you are.
Yeah. Like, I coach a couple of agents outside of KW, and I have to walk such a fine line, and I look at them and I can't say it in my out loud voice, but I literally say, I feel bad for you, because it's like, how are you thinking?
And I think that's the true difference too between somebody who's a salesperson, right? They're blindly driven by this competition inside to be on the leaderboard. Whereas we're driven by using real estate as a tool to live a better, bigger life.
Right. Yeah. And, I just look at what real estate's done for me. I've been blessed that when I was 22, I ran into a real estate mogul who was like amazing, and I never looked back from there. However, all of the life events, had I not had that real estate business, I'd probably be homeless living in a box with no kids.
You know, I think about that too, and what real estate has done for our family's dreams alone. You know, of getting my husband back to school full time. This has not been an easy few years while he does his doctorate. This has not been fun, but the amount of love and support and the financial goals we hit to be able to put him back to school full time would not have been there had it not been for the tools, the systems, and the models and the support that I got through my KW family.
Yeah. So I think, you know, there's exercises that you can put into place. Number one, show up for training, you know, show up for 6 personal perspectives, show up for, you know, win-win negotiations, win with buyers, win with sellers. That will support you in the mindset of moving forward. And then the other thing is my MAPS coach taught me a 45-minute exercise. Like legitly, you set your phone for 45 minutes so the alarm goes off, and then you just start writing. You just start writing, what does your life look like, right? You can look at page 114 of the one thing and do the 7 circles, but you don't stop writing for 45 minutes. And the first 20 are easy because that's surface level. But then you start getting deep into, well, what do you really want, right? So we just finished Ignite for our evening coaching and dual career agents. And this is our next level is, okay, now that you know the basics, let's dive deep into mindset, because if we don't nail the mindset, you're not gonna reach the goal of leaving that business, because this business is not an easy business, right? Because the level of noise that comes in, and it's not even the process, it's just the noise, right?
So much noise, so much drama.
Yeah. And the noise is exhausting. So being able to live in that mindset of, okay, this is the goal, this is the reasoning, and now based on that, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
You know what's funny is I have an agent who I absolutely adore, and everybody's always said that person is so cold. They don't, you know, they're the mean one in the office.
Say that about me?
Yes. But what I realized, and I was like, but I don't get that part of them. What I realized is that this person is so hyper focused on their goals, is that they set, just because they're coming in and doing their lead gen doesn't mean they're cold. They are so focused. They have set times to go around, and this person time blocks better than any person I've ever met. They just go and they're head down and they do the stuff and they're following the models. And because of that, other people perceive them as cold because they're not out in the middle screwing around, talking. They don't go to every after event. They go when they can, but they've achieved so much. They're out on their new boat. They bought the house of their dreams. They have investment properties that they've purchased. Like, they're made it to Gary's top 20, right? Like, all these things. And this is one of the warmest people I know. But yet people consider them not rude, but just cold. And I was like, there's nothing cold about this person or the dreams. They're just so disciplined because they understand their why. They understand what they want, their future, and they're head down doing it.
Yep. Yeah. And that's what it comes down to. Easier said than done.
Yes, I've never seen someone with this. This person was an athlete too, and you know it because of how they train their brain, they train their body, and they do the things. They go for the classes. But it's I've never seen a human being in this world with this much discipline.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, and when in your world have you reached your goals to the level you desired? I guarantee there was a ridiculous amount of discipline in that.
Yeah. Yep. And they hit that first set of goals, and now they're aiming for the next ones. And I think they're 34, maybe 33. They've got a big life ahead of them if they stay on this path, and they're just growing and growing and growing. It's just wonderful to see the growth.
Well, and what's cool about this business is I don't care if you're 18, 30, 40, or 60. This business doesn't discriminate based on age.
No.
discriminates by who does the work.
Yep. It's who stays top of mind, who puts the sweat equity in, who is putting the, and I'm on Facebook with them. I see what they're doing on nights and weekends. And it's certainly not crying over a computer at 10 o'clock at night, posting woe is me at all. There's no victim mentality. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, but that's a needle in a haystack lately.
Yeah. I think the action items are, if you're not seeing the results that you desire, go back to the basics, right? Like, should you be coming tonight at 6 o'clock? It's Thursday. For tonight at 6 o'clock, we're doing our evening dual career, right? We do it every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 o'clock. If you need a Zoom link, go to your leadership. If you're a guest, and text me or Brooke, we'll get it to you. But you have to start. What was the desire? And here's the other thing: if you've been around for a while, teach it, because if you teach it, you're more likely to take action.
I love that. I love that. All right, friends, if you need help with that, reach out to Tiffany and I on that exercise. Tiffany will whip you into shape on that one. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. If you need prompts there, I'm sure there's prompts on what to write when you get stuck, but yeah, reach out. We've got you, and dream really big. Right? Because if you're not hitting your goals, are they big enough? Do they mean enough? Are they emotional enough?
Most of mine are self-made.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, my friend. I'll see you later.
Bye, friends.